Hello, everyone. This is Carolyn Klika, Catholic divorce healing coach and creator of Build a New Life Workshop, the divorce healing program for the separated and divorced. And today we are here with Maria, who has been through Build a New Life Workshop, and we want to talk a little bit about her experience. So, Maria, would you share with us what was it that prompted you to join Build a New Life Workshop? And if you could just tell us, briefly about your situation beforehand.
Yeah, I was my husband just wanted a divorce. He did not want to work on our marriage. And we had talked about it at length, and he had no interest in working on our marriage or helping himself. So, I was kind of down that road. I had talked to a friend who also was talking to Carolyn at the time, and she said that she would not have gotten through this without Carolyn. Her divorce was final, and she was maybe starting her annulment. So, I had a one-on-one session with Carolyn. And within the first 20 minutes, she nailed it on the head with my divorce, my relationship, all the things I was feeling just in that 20 minutes. So, the Build a New Life workshop was coming up, so I decided to try it. I figured I was not coping super well with my divorce. I have a small child. Just trying to find pearls and ways to continue um, in a Christian, um, healthy coping way, I guess, if you want to say.
Yeah, those are really important goals, important things for our life. So, and so you came into Build a New Life Workshop. What was your experience? What was it like for you?
So when we came in, I think there was about 16 strangers on the screen, and we all looked like the Brady Bunch. But and everybody was from everywhere. We had somebody from the Ukraine, we had two people from all different parts of Canada. And then the rest I think were from the United States, but we were all from different states, different places, different time
Yeah.
zones. And but in all different stages of our marriage as well. Some of us were getting a divorce, some of us were separated, some of them were divorced.
Some trying to
Every
save their marriage.
Some trying to save their marriage. So, and we even had a couple and they're trying to save their marriage. So it was really different. I guess I didn't really know what to expect, but I was just hoping to get some pearls from everybody. I really enjoyed the shares, the from everybody, each class. I also enjoyed that it was a Catholic based program, um,
Mm.
and even like a Christian based program, because I think we did have one participant who wasn't Catholic, but um, just the just the commonality of that was nice. That our answers, our shares, our values, all that was going to be kind of the same in that way, in that we all understood what each other was saying when we would share
Yeah.
about, maybe the struggles of going to church or the relationship or the morality of anything. So that was nice too.
Great. And what were the aspects that were most helpful for you?
The aspects that were most helpful, when I first got this book, and I was gonna bring it out. When I first got this book, Surviving Divorce, and you can't see it because I have my blur. um I was thinking surviving divorce. Wow, that sounds like I'm a survivor. It kind of sounds a little bit dramatic if you want to say, but it's true in a small way, or sometimes it could be a bigger way for some people. Luckily for me, it was not as big as it could have been. But this book and Carolyn definitely go through the steps with you of divorce and make you think about the way you handle each situation, and also giving the respect and dignity not to just to yourself but also your spouse, and because they're going through it too. And I think I have talked about it with friends in the group about you know how divorce doesn't have to be so ugly in the end. But of course in the beginning it sets the stage, right? You're angry or you're whatever, you have all these emotions going on, and then it gets mixed up. And of course in the middle of divorce you don't really want to talk about those emotions because you're frustrated. So but in the end of them, the way you process things in a more Christian way, the way you you react to your emotions and you process your emotions. This program has really dealt with that a lot. And every week in the Build a New Life workshop with each other, with our, everybody would share. So even if you didn't really understand what that person was going through, or if you didn't necessarily feel like their emotion, you still knew it was theirs, you still knew it was valid, and you kind of would process through that with them. And it was nice to just kind of build up that friendship and that fellowship with all the participants. And if there was a participant not there that week, you're kind of like, oh, where's so and so? And you kind of, you're just, you're worried about them or whatever else. So it becomes a family. Build a New Life workshop, it really became a family. So
Yeah, that was something actually that was surprising to me. Before I started, I didn't realize how bonded that the group would get. And I just saw that you guys just really bond into these deep friendships, which actually have lasted to this day. And
right.
it's been some months. So
Yes.
that's really been beneficial. I know others have reported to me that's been so beneficial to have you as a friend, Maria,
Oh, thank you. Thank
and
you. Yeah.
and to provide that mutual support.
Yeah. Those friendships are super helpful. Even on your kind of down days, you just pick up the phone or just text her, um, the friends, and it's just nice to kind of get that feedback or even just to vent for a second, or because we're all grieving still, right? So in whatever way, there's so many stages of grief, right? So we're all grieving still, we're all processing what just happened. And but I can definitely say that, like, from the beginning of Build a New Like workshop, where we are asked our pain scale. I think my pain scale was an 8 or a 9 or something like that. And now I would say it's a 1 maybe, or a 2 on some days. And that isn't even, that's just more because of, how it's going to impact my daughter down the line. I think
Yeah,
not as much as my marriage, which I'm sad about losing that family unit, right?
yeah,
But as far as that goes, just processing everything for her down the line, so just kind of weeding through those feelings. And but I have definitely have the tools through this workshop and through conversations still with the participants in it, how to better process those things. So
yeah. And your experience was actually very typical in terms of the average the average participant coming in. The average pain level was 8 out of 10 that they
yeah,
self-reported. And at the end, it was a 3 out of 10. That was the average. So
right.
there was a big a lot of progress there. So any last words for you that you'd like to share with somebody who's considering joining Build a New Life workshop?
Yeah, I think that Build a New Life workshop was definitely, I wouldn't have gotten this far without it. I know that for sure, like 100%. I would not be anywhere near the emotional level I am today. I don't even cry anymore, which I'm kind of a crier, but I don't even cry anymore. Not to say that that's a like super healthy thing, but anyway, I don't cry when I think about my divorce or when I talk about my divorce, because I have better ways to process things. Um, and all of those things and all the handling of the emotions came from this class. So, if you're thinking about it at all, and you're, even if you are kind of feeling like, oh, I don't know if I have the time, because I wasn't really sure I had the time at first. And I think Carolyn even said, you don't have to be on every one, you don't have to do this, and there's always the recordings, and that's true. But I made the time quickly. I came to the first two, and then I just made the time quickly. Just did what I had to do to make it to that class. So if you're considering it, it's valuable. It's very valuable. And so are the sessions with Carolyn. And then the friendships that you make in the end they're just absolutely valuable. So I would completely suggest this program. And I've actually suggested it to my church, and because when I went to my church in the beginning, they just didn't have they just kind of pointed me toward Catholic Human Services. But that's again a counselor, but they're inundated with so many other things in the community. There's no glaring divorce group, divorce,
Sure.
thing or program or anything like that. So I have suggested this to the church, and all the priests and ministers and people like that on the videos are, my priest said these people are all vetted. They're, highly thought of people. So it's
Yeah.
just a great program.
All right. Well, thank you, Maria, so much for being with us, and God bless.